Good morning and welcome to the Morning Expresso by the Indian Express. My name is Rahel Philippos and here is today's big story. Mumbai is past its COVID peak, BMC Commissioner said, adding that plans are afoot to reopen schools as early as January 27. Mumbai reported its highest single-day spike of 20,971 cases at 28.9% positivity rate on January 7th, past its second wave peak of 11,573 cases at 23% positivity rate on April 3rd last year. However, the number of deaths and hospitalizations were considerably lower this time around. While Mumbai has seen the sharpest decline, it is not alone. A similar trend is visible in a few other cities as well, most notably in Delhi and in Kolkata. Meanwhile, the Union Health Ministry has nudged states to step up testing, highlighting a decline in several states and union territories over the last few days. India is currently testing around 60% of what it was doing in the first week of June last year, when roughly a similar number of COVID cases were being reported as they are now. And now for our stories exclusive to the Indian Express. In an interview with the Indian Express, the Aam Aadmi Party's new chief ministerial face in Punjab, Bhagwant Mann, fields questions on political defections and Punjab Congress chief Navjot Singh Sidhu. Here are our stories from the front page. The Enforcement Directorate searched 10 places in election-bound Punjab, including those linked to the nephew of Punjab Chief Minister Charanjit Singh Channi in connection with the 2018 sand mining case. ED officials who were part of the raiding team said that Rs 6 crore was retrieved during the raid, including Rs 4 crore from Channi's nephew Bhupinder Singh Hani. 3 Navy personnel were killed and 11 were injured after an explosion on board the aging destroyer INS Ranvir at the Naval Dockyard in Mumbai. The Navy has said no major material damage has been reported and a board of inquiry has been instituted to look into the incident. Between Abhishek Banerjee's Diamond Harbour model and Mamata Banerjee's Ganga Sagar Mela 1, it's almost starting to seem like the Trinamool Congress is speaking in two different voices. Mamata's nephew Abhishek has taken position several times in the past few months that went against the official line. So is there trouble brewing between Abhishek and Mamata? Well, insiders say that the writing actually lies between the lines. Next up are our must-read stories. Here's a domestic fight that's quickly capturing the nation's attention. Swati Singh, the Minister of State for Women's Welfare in the Yogi Adityanath government in Uttar Pradesh, and her husband Daya Shankar Singh, who is the state's BJP Vice President, are both in the race for a party ticket to contest the upcoming elections from Sarojini Nagar in Lucknow district. The Bharatiya Janata Party, which until a few months ago was looking for sick faces ahead of the Punjab Assembly polls, now has new members with strong Panthic credentials, apart from disgruntled Akali and Congress leaders. Last week, Prime Minister Narendra Modi found an unlikely ally in Harnam Singh Dhamma, chief of the Damdami Taksal, which teaches Sikh scriptures and prides itself on protecting the tenets of the religion in their purest form. But the BJP Taksal Association is curious from both sides. In our opinion section today, co-chairman of Forbes Marshal Naushad Forbes writes on what the budget needs to do. You can read his opinion on the indianexpress.com website. Another year, another Republic Day parade taking place under the shadow of the coronavirus pandemic. This year too, there will be no foreign dignitary attending as chief guest. The government has also decided to significantly curtail the number of people who will physically attend the parade. Until last week, the Defence Ministry was preparing to accommodate around 24,000 people, but that number is likely to be trimmed down to about 5,000 to 8,000 guests this year, according to senior officials. And finally, nothing about Thomas Dennerby, the first foreign coach of the Indian women's football team, suggests that he is a former cop who takes no nonsense. For a fortnight starting Thursday, the good cop will be patrolling the team's dugout at the Asian Cup. He faces an unenviable task: to take a relatively inexperienced team which is brimming with potential past the group stage in its first appearance at the Asian Cup since 2003. And that's all for today's Morning Expresso. Thank you for watching and don't forget to subscribe to the Indian Express's YouTube channel for the latest news updates.